What's up, guys? It's MA Fish Guy. I'm bringing you a new video today on how to get rid of ick with salt. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm going to be busting out a bunch of them for the next couple weeks. So if you have a recommendation or request, anything, put it in the comments below, and I will work on it. With ick, it's actually a pretty easy disease to spot. It's almost going to look like someone sprinkled salt all over your fish. It's kind of going to be spread out through the fins, the body, pretty much everywhere. Ick actually doesn't really kill fish. I mean, it can and it will, but usually it helps secondary diseases set in, like your funguses, fin and tail rot, body, fungus, anything like that. And that will actually kill a fish itself. If you have ick in the tank, usually you want to bring up the tank to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. 82 is fine too. What this is going to do is it's going to help speed up the life cycle of the ick. And ick usually at that 80 to 82 degree mark will complete their cycle within 4 days. And this definitely helps with the process to get rid of them. For example, if you had it in a pond and say the water is around 50 degrees, 55 degrees, it may last 3 weeks. So when you turn up the temperature, it's definitely going to help, but it's also going to deplete some of the oxygen level in the tank. So you want an extra air stone going. If you have power heads, point them so they're breaking the surface of the water and creating oxygen, or even add an extra filter to the water. Any of that's going to help with the oxygen output of the tank. With ick, when you treat it with salt, for every 5 gallons you want to do about 2 tablespoons. You can do more, you can do less, but usually 2 tablespoons is about the medium, and it's actually going to help your fish kind of get rid of the ick at the same time. It's not going to stress them out completely. When you see the ick on your fish, you're going to see the white specks, like I said, and this is actually when they're not susceptible to the actual medications, the salt, copper, anything like that you're going to use. They're actually underneath the slime coat, so you're not going to be able to touch it. When they break off to breed and reproduce, this is when the salt in the water changes is going to help. After you add the salt and turn up the temperature, you want to do a daily water change, or 2 times every one time every other day. This will help actually get rid of the microorganisms of the ick in the gravel that have broken off the breed. You also want to replace the salt. So if you take out 5 gallons, add about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon back into the water, and this is going to help keep that salt level up. What salt you want to use is actually aquarium salt. You don't want to use marine salt, cichlid salt, anything like that. Strictly aquarium salt. This is going to be the one that's most crucial. All the other ones can actually harm the fish if not used right. After about 7 to 8 days, you want to do a 60 to 70% water change. Make sure the gravel is vacuumed real well. Usually after about 8 days, that's 2 cycles that the ick has gone through, and usually you've caught them all by then. If you still see the ick on the fish, continue the treatment. You want to do like a 60-70% water change and then add the salt back into it. And if the ick is still there, this is going to help keep the salt levels up. If the ick isn't there, this is going to help bring the salt levels down by not adding more. Usually the fish can last about 12 days with this kind of salt treatment. They're not going to die after 12 days, but there's going to be a heck of a lot less stress on the fish. So to recap, you want to do 80 to 82 degrees. Only raise it 1 to 2 degrees per hour. You don't want to go too high. Too quickly, end up killing your fish. Remember, the tank temperature, when you increase it, is going to deplete some of the oxygen levels, so you want to add an air pump, power head, another filter. 4-day cycle for ick, so they're going to keep going for 4 days. They break off. Remember, that's the time that the treatment is crucial. While they're on the fish, you can't really touch it because they're underneath the slime coat, being protected by that. Do a 20% water change, usually daily. Make sure to gravel vac the gravel real good. This doesn't catch any of the lingering particles of ick or anything like that, the parasites that are going to attach on your fish, and make it so your medicine can work a little bit easier, and the salt work easier too if you're using the salt. After 8 days, do a 60 to 70% water change. This is going to get rid of any free floating, anything dead parasite wise. and get rid of the ick. If you continue to see it, do a 60 to 70% water change, and then add more salt. Hope that helps. Add comments below, any requests. Thanks, and visit my website, mafishguide.blogspot.com.